Hi, I'm your host Vasco Duarte. Welcome to the Scrum Master Toolbox podcast, where we share tips and tricks from Scrum Masters around the world. Every day, we bring you inspiring answers to important questions that all Scrum Masters face day after day. Hello everybody, welcome to our Success and Retrospectives Thursday this week with Ademar Perez. Hi Ademar, welcome back.
Hey Vasco, thanks for having me again.
Absolutely. So I was just saying that today is also Retro Thursday, so let's start with that. What's your favorite retrospective format and why?
So my favorite retrospective format is the Sailboat Retrospective. And the reason why I like this retrospective is because it could be used in many cases. It could be used to retrospect on a project that the team has worked on for a long time, or it could be used as a tool to retrospect on something that happened recently in the last sprint or iteration. And when you think about the Sailboat Retrospective, you have sort of this analogy of a beautiful beach and island. And I love the beach. I don't know about you, Vasco, but my dream and ideal place is being at a beach with a mojito and the nice sun. So the island representing the goal that the team is has in mind or is looking to achieve, whether it's through that project or in that iteration, and identifying that as the end goal. And then you start to think about the analogy of the island and the water, and you start to talk about what helped the sailboat move forward. So the win is what propelled the team to get towards that goal in this time frame. And that's the analogy of getting the team to talk about the goodness that's happened. And then the rocks essentially are what held the team back from getting towards that goal. And that's when you really start to dive into those high tension things that might have happened that are really key to have a crucial conversation around. And so I really like this neat kind of analogy to talk about some wins and some potential opportunities to improve. And I think they always bring up some really, really good conversations when I use them in agile teams.
Absolutely. We've talked about that and similar retrospectives. This idea of metaphor is very powerful to inspire teams to think beyond the surface, right? Beyond what happened. But, okay, if I think about what's win, okay, maybe if you ask me what went well, I think about it one way. But if you ask me what's the win that is propelling us forward, maybe I think about it another way, right? Maybe I think about other things that I would not otherwise think about. So I think that the concept of a metaphor retrospective, and there's many, right? Like the racing car or the trip to the top of a mountain or whatever that might be, can be very powerful in inspiring people to talk.
That's absolutely, Vasco. And I really like to switch it up. I mean, like you mentioned, there's so many good ones. I like the mountaintop one as well. Presents the same kind of metaphor. But I think it's key to switch up the retrospective format just to get rid of maybe the boringness that could come. Maybe that some engineers might.
The routine, right? Because then we're always talking about the same things.
Yeah, and so you might be building a mechanical culture if you're using the same retro iteration after iteration. So I like to switch it up and keep things interesting.
So Ademar, now we turn our attention to success and what it means for us in the role of Scrum Master. So Ademar, what does success mean for you as a Scrum Master?
Yeah, very good question, Vasco. Success to me as a Scrum Master is being able to unlock the greatest potential of your agile team or product team. And what I mean by that is creating an environment where everybody feels psychologically safe and is empowered to take risk and speak up when things are not going well. And I think that it takes a great level of self-awareness for agile teams to get to this level. And Scrum Masters play a great part in that, where what I try to do is I try to build solid relationships with those in the team. And when I do that, I try to empower individuals in the team by asking them powerful questions that would allow them to create their own voice and identity within their team.
What would powerful questions sound like?
Yeah, so when there's a challenge on the table about maybe anything, maybe a team member is having challenges working with another developer. What I would do is approach that with kind of a eye of curiosity, where I decide to dig deeper and see what are the challenges that you're having with this team member that's preventing you from working at your highest level, or preventing you from reaching that high performance. And really, I love to ask these thoughtful questions to get that individual to think about potential solutions on their own. And so not asking why questions, but asking very powerful what and how might we change our reality so that we can collaborate to the highest level. And so I love to do that in one-on-ones, Vasco. And then when it comes to a team setting, I like to do the similar situation where I'm asking the team powerful questions, but also ensuring that everybody in the room has a voice. As a facilitator, that's critically important to me, and a lot of my teams would tell you that.
Absolutely. And I think you said something that is maybe one of the critical insights for Scrum Master, right? Like, you can't help somebody by replacing the journey of learning for them, right? You can't tell them what they need to learn because they haven't learned it yet. And telling them won't help, right? So they have to figure it out. And you talked about helping individuals to come up with their own solutions, right? Even when you know that the solution, I would have a better solution. Well, but that's not your learning journey. It's their learning journey, right? So they need to figure out that there's a better solution. But hey, who knows? Maybe the one they have in mind actually works well enough.
Exactly, Vasco. And I've learned my lessons early in my Scrum Master career about refraining away from solutioning and really creating the space for individuals or teams to synthesize the problem at hand, and really understand the problem before they start ideating on solutions. And I see that just walking through that process of thinking really facilitates change that really sticks.
Absolutely. A great story. Thank you for sharing that, Ademar.
Yeah, no problem, Vasco. Thank you.
Part of a successful Scrum Master job is to help the product owner. Tomorrow we explore that critical role in Scrum, the product owner role. Tune in to learn about product owner anti-patterns, what you can do to help the product owner, and a real-life example of what a great product owner is and what made it so. Tomorrow on our Friday Product Owner episode. See you tomorrow. We really hope you liked our show. And if you did, why not rate this podcast on Stitcher or iTunes? Share this podcast and let other Scrum Masters know about this valuable resource for their work. Remember that sharing is caring.